Welcome to this new topic, that is blockchain, and our Indian government is thinking to implement this technology in our voting system. So how much secure this technology is, where is it used? We have heard this blockchain term in the terms of Bitcoin, and recently Supreme Court had made it legal. So what exactly this technology is, how much secured we are with this technology, is there any hacking reported with this technology? Let us see in this lecture. Okay, first we will see what exactly is blockchain. Okay, see, whenever you went to any shop, they will give you one receipt. Okay, and in this receipt there will be written that you have bought this item, you have bought another two items, this like egg and all rice you have bought from that shop. Okay, and that shopkeeper also maintain one sheet with them, that is, we call it as a ledger. Okay, that is ledger. Same concept we are implementing in our network system. Okay, how it is basically a distributed kind of system, not centrally controlled system. That centrally controlled system, like let us suppose that our RBI is there, which control our all financial activity of a country, that all the banks are connected with the RBI. So here it is one that there is one central hub who is controlling it. Okay, and let us suppose a scenario where RBI has become corrupt and he is doing something wrong with the Indian economy. There is no one who will know that RBI has done something wrong. There is nobody to check it. There is no one who is getting update that what RBI is exactly doing. They are getting the update what RBI is giving to them. They are not getting the update that that RBI does. That nobody is here to exactly present. Like we can check it, but just take it hypothetical. Like exactly, if you say think logically, there is no one to check whether how that transaction happen. Like various scams happen, Nirav Modi and all, like one bank has been bankrupt. So what happened, like let us suppose if bank A has become bankrupt, so if someone is taking money with out of control, that other bank B should know it, that somebody is taking it, but this A is completely independent and he is dependent on just in RBI. So there is a chance that nobody was knowing about it, that bank A is giving that lots of money to a person B. Okay, so these things we overcome in blockchain. What happens is in blockchain there is no centrally controlled system. It is completely distributed kind of things. That let us suppose that this is A, B, C, D and E. See, E is connected with A, E is connected with B, E is connected with C, E is connected with D. Okay, similarly D is connected with E, D is connected with A, D is connected with B and D is connected with C. Okay, similarly C is also connected with D, C is connected with B, C is connected with E, C is connected with A. Okay, similarly A is connected with B, A is connected with D, A is connected with C and A is connected with B. Okay, what happens, this is something called as distributed system. Okay, that everyone, that each people each people present here are connected with everyone, nobody is independent. Okay, so what happen if somebody A is doing a transaction, like if A initiate one transaction T1, then everybody will know that B will also know that A has initiated transaction 1, C will also know that A has initiated transaction 1, D will also know that A has initiated transaction 1 and E will also know that A has initiated transaction 1. Okay, it means where is it updated, that every block, that each block will have a ledger. Okay, and all the each block's ledger will be updated that A has initiated one transaction that is called T1. Okay, what happened, that after that A cannot lie that I haven't initiated that transaction T1. That, like let us suppose A say that I haven't initiated transaction T1, but B or C or D or E will say no, our ledger is updated that you have initiated transaction T1. So nobody can lie. Okay, let us suppose if A has become corrupt and he want to give money to outside a person C, C1. Okay, so what he will do, he will send money to C1. Then what will happen, then again sending money, whatever you will do in blockchain, the transaction will happen. Like even if you want to go from A to B, transaction will be the basic unit, that transaction will happen. So whenever A send money to C1, transaction T2 will initiate, and as soon as this transaction T2 will initiate, automatically the ledger of B, C, D, E will updated as transaction T2, that transaction T2 has initiated. Thus this thing, this logic makes blockchain a secured one, that it depends upon the distributed system. But the same that this way that it is completely reliable, okay, and secured, and we can rely on it. But that the issue is that if suppose till now no hacking is reported on blockchain technology, but let us suppose if in future any hack happened, anything happened, but there is no any central authority to control over it, to look over it. Like let us suppose in India, if anything when financial crisis going on, or any economic crisis has been elevated, okay, so RBI is there, RBI is there to control the inflation and all, okay, RBI is there to control the price of the market, okay, because there is a central authority. But in this distributive authority, there is no central kind of things. That's why RBI is objecting in this blockchain technology in implementing in the banking system, that we should not deal with the cryptocurrency and all, because there is no central authority who will control over it. Our public money will go in vain if someone hacked it. But till now no such hacked has been reported. Till now there is no such malicious activities reported on the blockchain. So till now this is the most secured technology till now, okay. And on this technology, that distributed kind of system technology, our government is thinking to implement in our election voting system, okay. So what is blockchain? That a blockchain is essentially a digital ledger that will be updated as a transaction. That blockchain deals with whatever the blockchain will deal with the transaction, okay. I have explained this complete detail because the person who is not from a computer background will not understand, okay. That's why I'm giving you this explanation, okay. So this is essentially a digital ledger of information transaction that is duplicated and distributed across the entire network of computer systems on the blockchain for the purpose of ensuring integrity and verifiability of data stored on the ledger, okay. And recently in Russia, the vote on the constitution amendment was carried out through the vote cast online. But it is not like they have used blockchain, but now the countries are moving towards the voting at online platform. But there are many challenges in the voting through the online platform. That's why government is choosing that blockchain technology, because this is the most secured technology, okay, from which nobody can deny, okay. So the election commission is exploring the possibility of using blockchain technology for the purpose of enabling remote elections, okay. So just see this word, remote elections. Is it true that till now we don't have a remote elections in our voting system? No, we have a remote elections in our voting system, but it was not online, okay. It was not online. What is it? Let us see in the next slide. So blockchain is something which cannot be altered, which cannot be changed. You cannot change the ledger. Like as I have said, that if there is a ABC, all are connected with each other, okay, all are connected with each other. So nobody can deny, like if A can A can hack its own ledger. Let us suppose A has a ledger 1 and B all will have a ledger. So A can hack its ledger and he can change its ledger, that he does not initiated the transaction T1. Okay, but B also has a ledger, C also has a ledger. Okay, so B can't so A can't change the ledger of B and A can't change the ledger of C. So if A hacked its own ledger and he changed it, but he can't deny that B's ledger has also been updated, that A has initiated the transaction T1. C's ledger has also been updated, that A has initiated the transaction T1. Okay, that's why it says that blockchain is something which cannot be altered. We cannot change it. Okay, and it cannot be hacked till now. Okay. So Bitcoin technology, Bitcoin works on this blockchain only. So it has been said that Satoshi Nakamoto is the one who first used the Bitcoin, or who first discovered or invented the Bitcoin, but till now nobody knows who is Satoshi Nakamoto. Okay, this is one interesting fact. So we can apply this technology in voting elections, and this is what Election Commission wanted to do, that they want to introduce that blockchain technology in the election voting system through remotely, so that we will have a secured voting system and nobody can hack it. And this is what our election commission is thinking about. But we already have ETBPS. Okay, we already have a ETBPS implemented in our voting system. That what exactly is ETBPS? Electronically transmitted postal ballot system. So we have in our election system, we have a remote voting mechanism, that we have a remote voting mechanism, but we don't have a online voting mechanism. That remote means you can vote from place A. Like, let us suppose the center for voting is at your town, that is called, let us suppose, Patna. Okay, but the person A is not present at Patna, so he can vote for its area by sitting at location A. Okay, that is called remote, but it is not online, that he is not doing a digital voting. Okay, so how this ETBPS work? Let us see. Okay, so it is it is something like election commission will send courier through your post office, where one OTP will be there. That OTP will be shared, that will send in your mail, that one OTP will be there, sent to your mobile phone. From that OTP only you can open that mail, and you can print it, and on that print you can give vote to your party where you want to vote. Okay, after that one QR code validation is also there. Then you have to send this ballot through postal, through post office, and this ballot will go manually to the election commission, and then they will count it. So this is something that is remotely, and this is not here your privacy is at risk, that manual working is going here. Okay, so your privacy is at risk. That at normal voting system, you just go to the one corner of that office, you give your vote, and then come out. Nobody knows that to whom you have given the vote. Okay, so that muscle power will not overcome on your voting party or voting option. Okay, but in that election, in that ETBPS, your privacy is at risk, that manual work is going on. Okay, so the person will send it back to the normal postal system in India. That first the email will come, then you have to open the email, then OTP will be shared to your mobile, then through that OTP you can open that mail, and after that one QR code validation is also there, that will be checked through your postal system from India. Okay, so now we want to move it at online platform that will be available to all the people. So how this remote voting system will help? Okay, see, in India most of the work is available in the southern parts, like in Bangalore and Hyderabad that these IT cities where most of the jobs are present, and in these IT cities most of the people came from North India for the job. So these all are migrant workers, and even there is small workers that who are going for Gujarat and all for a small kind of works, laborer kind of works. So they leave their place and go for some other place for work. Okay, and in this period, if election happen, then it is very difficult for them to go to their home city and cast their vote. Okay, it is very difficult for them. Even let us suppose a high paid salary employee like who is working in IT sector can go can take flight tickets and can go and give their vote and then come back, but for laborers it is very difficult for them to cast their vote. Okay, so that's why this online kind of platform, online voting system will be very beneficial for them. Okay, so that it will be beneficial for migrant workers and seasonal workers and armed forces and other remote workers also. That armed forces use our ETBPS, that ETBPS system, but ETBPS system is in this system your privacy is at risk. So and process is very complex in ETBPS. Okay, and through that online platform also the result will be announced faster. Okay, no manual counting and all will be present there. So one database will be there where through one SQL query you will run that result and you will get the maximum counting vote, who has got the maximum vote. Okay, so and in this and the best point is with that online kind of voting system, that you will have a participation of the voter will increase at high pace. It will increase drastically, that if it introduced as online. Okay, so right to vote will happen when voting is accessible. So we have a right to vote. Okay, we have a right to vote, we have a right to choose our leader, but it will only be happen when it is accessible to us. Accessible means it should be either to be a reachable distance and it should be affordable to us. Like let us suppose person A is living in Gujarat, okay, and vote is happening in its village of Bihar. Okay, so for him it is not possible to go to Bihar because his earning is not much that he will go to Bihar for casting his vote. It is not accessible for him. So what we are actually doing, we are snatching its right to vote. We are snatching its right to elect their leader, and this is the basic features of our democracy. Okay, so through this online voting system, right to vote will be secured. Okay, and ETBPS does not keep secret manual, as I've already said. And one more thing, like while casting the vote, to go to that where the voting center will happen, so people used to say people sometimes feel lazy. They will say what my vote will do, my there is no importance for my vote, the leaders are already corrupt. Okay, so I won't go for casting my vote. So government also took this action against this excuse by introducing that nota option, none of the above option. That okay, if you don't feel that none of the candidate is good for you, none of the candidate is stand on your demands, you don't like any of the candidate, so then go and cast the vote in nota option, none of the above. Okay, so government is taking action. Okay, now government is making more efficient, more accessible by trying to implement this as online system. That our election commission is trying to implement this system as an online system, that even after that, if someone there are many lazy people who don't want to go, also don't want to cast vote in the nota option. Like in some states, nota option, there is no importance for the nota option. Like now it has been importance are giving to that nota option in south, some of the south states has implemented that if the majority has given to the nota option, then re-election will happen and none of the candidate will repeat. Okay, so now government has taken option as a nota, that who feel lazy, that no, then they have introduced nota option. Okay, there are some more interesting fact I will discuss in political topics. Okay, then now government is moving towards that online platform. Okay, so what are the arguments in favor of this online voting system? So it would benefit internal migrants, yeah, that who was working at far distance from their places, so they can cast vote through their any mobile phone or any system is like one center is allocated from where they can go and cast vote. That will be online also, that will be also fine. Okay, that will be also fine if one center is allocated in state A where they can go and cast their vote online. Okay, they can go cast their vote online and they will automatically go to their constituency, like let us suppose in Bihar. Okay, so we are not saying that we will implement it on the mobile phone, that you will sitting in your room and you will give vote. No, it will be very good, like if this thing will happen through mobile phone only. But right now, as per the current situation, yeah, like in all the states, every center will have should have an online system where people of any state, any place can go cast their vote. That vote will automatically go to their constituency. That is also fine as per the situation right now. Okay, so it might also be useful for some remotely stationed members of the Indian Armed Forces, like they are using electronically ballot system. Okay, ETPBS, that electronically transmitted postal ballot system they are using. Okay, so what are the argument against it? That what will happen that if we are going online with the voting system? So there may be something like till now we are saying that blockchain has not been hacked. It is completely a reliable technology. But what will happen that if it is hacked? Yeah, be sure that till now no report has been happened, and I don't think that this will any report will happen in coming 5 to 10 years. Okay, but what will happen, and how will you ensure that if you are voting for person A on machine and this is going to person A only, like how will you be ensure that this vote is going to that person A only? That how authenticity, how will you ensure that authenticity? Okay, like in current voting system mechanism, that if you vote for person A, one receipt will be presented printed, that will show that yes, to whom you have voted, it has been gone to person A only. Okay, so there must be some authenticity will be there. Authenticity should be present. So any shortcoming in the implementation of cryptography protocols in the remote voting system would make it possible to access and decrypt the votes stored in the blockchain. Okay, which could go against the secrecy of voting required to ensure free elections. Okay, what is saying that, let us suppose you have person A, person P1, let us say person P1 has casted its vote to person A. Okay, and this thing has been saved in the database. Okay, this thing has been saved in the database. Okay, so what will happen, like someone, the developer is using that database, so he will know that yeah, P1 has casted a vote to in the favor of person A. Okay, so it is telling that we should have a facility where if you are waiting, if you are giving vote to person A, there should be a decryption of your vote. Okay, and it may be a chance that person A, a developer can decrypt that vote decrypt that vote, and he will be able to know that person A has casted vote. But there are many cryptography cryptography algorithms are there, that SHA-25, SHA-256 something, all these algorithms are there. So decrypting those things are very difficult right now if we are using so much that tough technology. So right now, let us suppose if you are log into your Gmail, so your password is not saved in the Gmail database as it is, like if you have saved password as a 1234, so it is not saved in the Gmail database as 1234, it is saved like $# something like that. Okay, it is decrypted. Okay, same thing it is telling that if you are casting vote in this through this technology, it should be encrypted, sorry, I have used sometimes decrypt word. So whenever you cast your vote to A, it should be encrypted and then saved in the database with highest secured algorithm like SHA-256 and all, okay, so that nobody can decrypt your vote, so that nobody will be able to decrypt your vote to whom you are given the vote, okay. So the provision of a dedicated line for a remote voting makes the system increasingly prone to targeted that denial of service attacks or DOS attacks will happen. So attackers will try to attacks and decrypt your code and or hack the systems and all, okay. They can even block the traffic from the system during the election time. So these things are the challenges, and round the clock electricity and broadband connectivity is necessity to ensure. So right now India is working very efficiently in internet connectivity. Recently Andaman and Nicobar has also got the fiber cable connection, so we are working on it and we will achieve it, okay. So broadband connectivity, internet and electricity are the challenges for us. So we have to be ensure that electricity should be present, broadband connectivity should be there. If we have a center for giving online election voting system where it is independent that person A should belong to any state, he will go to that center, just cast his vote will be sent through an online mechanism, okay. And this envisages the system works, which is challenge in the remote areas. That challenges for the remote areas, that round clock electricity and broadband connection for those remote areas, that such kind of like villages and all, okay. So challenges for remote system, like already said, same thing is here. Like if we voted for A, I have already explained that it should go to A only. Vote should be recorded, can't be hacked. Privacy should not be visible, not even to database management server developer. That developer should also not be able to see your votes, okay. Just like password encryption happens in the database. Physical presence and biometric identification should be there if you are going to any center A and casting your vote. Just don't think like you will have a mobile phone and you will cast your vote. No, it is right now it is not possible that by sitting in your home you can casting vote. No, there may be malfunction can occur, but yes, if you are going to center A of your house, and it does not depend that you are belonging to any state, just go to that center and cast your vote. Your vote will automatically go to your constituency, okay. Right now we are focusing on this mechanism only. This mechanism we are focusing as an online platform or blockchain technology to implement in our election system, okay. So separate identifier system need to be, if physical presence is there, then also people will be lazy. So this is one challenge. Like even if we are making online system, people have to go there, people have to go to this center and cast their vote. So for lazy people, it is possible they will feel not to go to the center, but this is a challenge, and people are our advertisement will happen, so people have to go and cast their vote. So education should be there and people will go and cast their vote. So till now we will have a center where online system will be enabled and we will cast their vote by going to that center. It is not like you will have a mobile phone and all, okay. So I hope you understand this lecture. I have given my best for this, and you can pay me for this lecture just by subscribing it, okay. Nothing more and nothing less, okay. And for any suggestions and instructions, or if you want any on-demand video lecture, just go to my description and you will find the link of my Twitter handle. Ping me there, I will be happy to help you, okay. Thank you.